wobbling too much, and how to fix the attention. Now the quality of attention changes according to the state of your evolution. For example, in an animal, so where is the attention placed? In the human being, it is not a fixed point. We can say attention is the surface or the edge of awareness. Wherever we are made aware, the attention gets diverted to that point. If you can find from an analogy, all the files of iron have got a power to be attracted towards a magnet. Where is that power? You cannot locate. It is all over. Wherever the magnet is placed, the files are attracted. Our attention is also like that. That wherever we are attracted, our attention goes there. It is existing in the whole body, in the sense that it can be diverted anywhere outside the body. Also inside the body, in case if there is any pain or there is any trouble. It floats over the nerves. It floats over the whole nervous system. But there is a controlling center in the brain. If it is hit, then we can remain conscious but without any attention. Also, if somebody is hit on the Vishuddhi chakra, it can happen. It can happen even in the lower chakras. If somebody is hit, that portion will lose its attention because you cannot feel. In that part, the difference is this, that you can pay attention to those points if you want to, even if they are numbed. For example, if my hand is numb, I can pay attention to that. Means I can look at it, I can think of it. But there is a point in our being, if that is hit, then we cannot even think. We are just lying, unconscious, they say, but eyes are open, hands are moving, legs are moving. That point is at the point of Vishuddhi Chakra here, and if you can draw a line from here to the point where is the pita of Vishuddhi Chakra is inside the brain. Along that line, if you are hit anywhere, you become attentionless. You cannot pay attention anymore. This line passes through also Agya Chakra, because when this point is connected with Vishuddhi Chakra at the back, then here and at the pita inside, there are kind of a triangle is formed, and all this line or this area can affect your attention. Your heart is moving, your limbs are moving, but you are not paying attention anywhere. So when you pay attention to something, actually you pay attention normally when you are not realized through your brain centers. After realization, you can pay attention through your other centers also. You do pay. This is a very big difference between a person who is realized and who is not realized. Or you can say that you can become effective through your other centers by paying attention to them. You can feel yet centers which are obstructed in your body, which you never felt before. Not only that, but you can feel the centers of other people. That means your central nervous system is being blessed by a new awareness by which it can convey to you, communicate to you the attention paid by your centers, and also it can take your attention in a subtler way into the centers of others. So, first thing that happens to you is that your attention becomes subtler. Attention becoming subtler means you start understanding deeper things. For example, a bird can see a flower but cannot feel the beauty of a flower. And an unrealized person can see the beauty of a flower but cannot see the vibrations of the flower. So you become subtler, your attention becomes subtler. You definitely are at a higher evolutionary stage than the other people are. Now, we have to see how we use our attention. You have seen, even when you were not realized, that supposing you start developing an art in your hand from your very childhood, then you develop the deftness of that particular art, because a kind of a myelin sheath grows on the nerves. In the same way, when you are realized, I would say when you are a newly born person, if you start respecting your attention, then gradually you develop a deftness for Sahaja. But so many people, when they get realized, they hardly come second time. Even if they come second time, they do not develop the feeling of vibrations more. They still go on being busy with their day-to-day work, wasting their attention on things which do not give you the subtler feelings. So, the subtleness, the deftness of the art of Sahaja does not develop. For example, I would say a person who is overread. As soon as he gets his realization, he starts tallying it with what he has read. This makes his attention again wasted. As it is, his attention has been fixed by these conventional ideas. Some of them are correct, some are incorrect, some are absolutely false. Some are useless. Some are only because they wanted to make money, they have published some trash. As soon as you get realization, you go back to your own gross awareness and start tallying this subtle with the gross. You start again losing the vibrations. Actually, after getting realization, I have seen with small children, they sleep for very long hours. They become little inactive for some time. But if an elder gets it, he will immediately go to the bookstall, buy one book on Kundalini and start reading about it. Then some of you, not understanding that you have become somebody else, take it for granted, all right, Mataji has been very kind. She says I am par, but how am I to believe? As if by believing it, they are going to give some money to me, or I don't know what they are going to give. I can see the vibrations coming, but what's use of getting the vibrations? Why did she give us vibrations? Again, come back to the gross idea of utility. Because that's human nature has been so far, to make everything into utility. Everything must be utilized, you see. Man thinks no end of himself. So he starts putting his realization into utility. What utility it has, how many people are going to get it, what is going to happen, what is the ratio, what is the schedule, what is this, what is that. You have been given this subtleness to enjoy. Like, if we enjoy the beauty of flower, We just enjoy. Do we go to the books and find out what should we do about this enjoyment of ours, how to enjoy this flower, and then what to do and who has described about the flowers? So let us see if this is fitting into that. But it's done very commonly, and I really don't know how to say because it's such a foolish thing. And I'm only afraid that sometimes if I say, they will feel hurt, and as human beings are, they get hurt for nothing at all. That's very foolish. Children are very sensible that way. Once they get it, they start enjoying it. They just enjoy it. They just sleep off. They are not bothered. They think that's something that is to be enjoyed. Let us enjoy it. So at the very outset, it happens like that. And a man doesn't know that how he has made himself even much more gross than he was ever in this Kali Yuga, in these modern times. By organizing things according to his own ideas and conceptions, he's become so unnatural, so foolish, that discrimination between joy and ugliness he does not have. He is so confused. So first of all, it is not only one reason, but there are many reasons. And as I described to you, inherently it is the human gross activities before realization. If you understand the disease from where it has come, sometimes it's easier to correct it. You cannot just correct the disease without understanding the history behind it. If you are a student of history, you will know how human beings have behaved. I mean, you just start wondering what's wrong with these people. God created one world. I mean, just think a person like me coming on this earth. Suddenly you find there are so many countries being created. Alright, create it, you can have separate countries if you cannot manage the whole world together. But then the fighting going on, killing each other, all kinds of problems, or nothing at all. I mean, it's such a madhouse. So historically, if you see how man has made himself mad, it's not easy to compile all that in one lecture. You'll have to write volumes. I think there are already written volumes. So there is historical background which has spoilt your attention. Physically, those who come for physical handicap or physical trouble or something like that because they are sick are sometimes little better than the people who do not have this, because they definitely get the relief part of the joy. If they get the relief, there is a little shadow of joy that they feel, and then they start understanding that it is to be enjoyed. But I would say, they too, once they get the relief, they just disappear. Not understanding that there is something greater than this to be tasted and enjoyed. And the physical enjoyment in Surge Yoga itself is sufficient to keep your attention subtle. You do not have to fix your attention, but you have to get subtler and subtler in your attention. Fixing of your attention, as you know, is a very wrong method. That was done by some yogis, and you know what is the result of that. their chakras were all broken and finished. When they fix their attention onto Agya Chakra, you have seen that Agya Chakra is broken. You are not to fix any attention, but you have to make your attention subtler and subtler. As I told you that a magnet, when brought, say, near the stones, nothing happens to the stones. They are just there. You move the magnet any way you like. But when you take it to the iron filings only, the filings are attracted towards the magnet. In the same way, the attention of a Sahaja should be so subtle that he should feel the vibrations. He should think of vibration. He should eat vibration, drink vibration, and enjoy them. On the physical side, many people tell me that we went to their house and they offered me laddus and I had to eat. What can you do, Mataji? Actually, you see, they felt attracted towards the shape of the laddus. They ate it. But they didn't see the vibrations of those laddus. They just ate it off and then they had a stomach trouble. When they have a stomach trouble, then they said, Mataji, we have lost our vibrations now. What to do? We ate the laddus. But if you had seen that there are no vibrations in that laddu, you should have said that today I am not supposed to eat anything or something like that, and you should not have eaten that. If you see a born realized child, he will never eat. Even the mother beats the child, he says, all right, beat me, but I am not going to eat. Because they are not going to eat the filth. Such children are supposed to be very obstinate. They think they are obstinate. Because they know there is no vibration, so why should we eat? Because we are not going to enjoy. So on the physical side, there are so many such mistakes you are committing. If you take to now, say, habits you have, supposing you have a habit of, say, pulling your hair. There was some lady who had a habit of pulling her hair, and she used to become bald here, then bald here, then bald here. And the hair used to grow this side, and she used to have a bald head here, and she would pull her hair here. Such a person. So she came to me for treatment. Imagine. So I told her, why do you do like this? She says, now my attention is like that. It always starts pulling my hair. I said, what to do? Such an attention you have got. So, you know, her elder sister used to beat her on her hand. Anytime she put her hand, she said, you must beat me. If you don't beat me, I'll beat you. But the beating was on and everybody used to look at them, what are they doing to each other? And still she could not stop it. All habits are like this monkey business. All of them are like this. Because the matter is trying to sit on top of our attention all the time. And so we form habits.